Okay, so day 3. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's day 3. It's we're halfway in and we really ramp things up from this point forward. So you've hung on to us for day 1. We went over clarity, defining your purpose. Day 2, we talked about your energy levels and what to do to gain that momentum immediately. And we see you. We see you doing your homework. We see you taking action. And let me tell you that these are the first steps that you're taking to that high performing you. Now, today is just perfect for what we're going to cover, because that's just going to up level your game. I'm sorry, my computer is like frozen. I'm trying to see what's going on here. Technical difficulties. All right. Okay. So, yeah, that was the recap of what we've done the last 2 days. I want to welcome you guys back. Alexis, do you want to comment on anything on the homework? It was really exciting to see everybody's comments.
I love seeing the homework, guys. Like, for those of you that have shown up already, I honor you. I want to celebrate you because I know it's not easy to be contributing in this way, in this type of kind of circumstances. And I love reading them. I love hearing your words. I love hearing your commitments. I'm not going to call you, but I might check in with you today, tomorrow, and see how your commitments are coming. I absolutely love it. If you haven't commented yet, please do. Maybe after today, you might find it in you to continue on with the homework. And even if you haven't done day 1 or 2, it's not too late. Still go back and do day 1, #clarity, and we'll find it. Do day 2. Try and get all the homework done by the end of the week. We'd love seeing it.
Yeah, so I saw things from like meditations. I think I saw a couple of meditations. Some were like walking. Somebody said yoga. Someone said just being positive.
Yeah.
And what I loved is like they're really taking it on. They're making a shift. They're standing in getting really clear what it is that they want and taking action. So today we will go into how influential people think. And this is all about courage, folks. The high performers, what they do is they come in as their future self. They look at their lives from their future self, the older, the wiser, the accomplished future self. And they look at themselves now and they're like, this is what you need to do. What are you waiting for? You know you're going to do it anyway. Get through it. So it's really like making sure that looking at where you are, okay? Like right now, we're in the midst of uncertainty and don't know what's going on. It's all new. But do you know a year from now where it is that you want to be? How do you want to look at this time when you look a year from now? What do you want to say to yourself? Like, what would you be saying to yourself? Hey, look, you're going to be okay. This is what you need to work on. This is what you need to do. This is your time. All the things that you wanted to do, this is the time to do it. So what is stopping you? Taking bold action consistently is what high performers do. We were talking about this before going live, Alexis and I. So I wanted you to share like what you were saying about, getting on Facebook Live.
Yeah,
how did that impact you? How did you show up boldly with that? Go ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, you may believe it after I tell you, but Monday was my very first ever Facebook Live, like ever. And it's something that I've known in my business that, doing videos, connecting that way is so important, but I've been putting it off. And, I remember the Monday morning and chatting with Maureen a few minutes before, we were both so nervous. And being courageous isn't about being fearless, folks. It is about recognizing the fear, recognizing that challenge, but acting anyways. And you know what, that's how, and Maureen, I know that you have a couple Facebook Lives on me, but not many. So, I want to, shout out to us because this is a big courageous step that we've taken for ourselves, because we don't know how it's going to be received. We don't know what you're actually thinking, but we're trying to, come from our future self and saying, when I am a Facebook Live vet and, and it's no problem, what do I want to say to myself now? Just do it, right? Just take bold action now. So, and that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, well, you know what we had discussed was like the people need us. People need us right now. We need to show up. And so we made that necessity there that we needed to do this so that you all had something. We were highly trained, you know, high performance, you know, coaches, and we had all this that we're sitting on and we're not showing up, and you guys are here waiting for us. So we used that, we plowed through it, and showed up boldly. That's what we're doing right now. And so now we're challenging you. We want you to challenge yourself. That what is it going to take for you to show up boldly? What is it going to take for you to have that courage to take that on? So,
yeah, absolutely. And I want to talk about sharing your truth because, you know, so many of us, we know ourselves, but how often do you share that with the people around you, what you really think about, dream about, you know, wish for, hope for? Have you ever had the experience where you're sitting in a meeting and you want to say something, you know, you're at work and you think, oh, I'll do it now. It's almost like a game of double dutch. Like, when will you go in? And then you don't go in, right? You don't share that idea. You don't make that comment, right? And then the meeting ends. Next week's meeting rolls around, same thing, right? Have you ever, you know, for those of you that haven't done the homework, you know, we're day 3, 2 homeworks has been issued. If you've not commented or not shared, why haven't you? If you've been showing up and listening, right? Part of that could be that fear of judgment, right? So I'm going to ask you to really sort of step into it this week. And, you know, if you think about the people, let's say the 5 people that are closest to you in your life, maybe this is your partner, maybe it's a parent or a sibling or a best friend. How well do they really know you? Right? Do you have that big dream? We all have some kind of big dream that we've been thinking about for a while. Maybe we, you know, that story plays in our minds that, you know, it's never going to happen, but for some reason you can't let it go, right? There's something that you're super passionate about, but it's, you know, you kind of keep it on the down low. Why haven't you shared that yet, right? Why haven't you shared that with people that are closest to you? It's that fear of rejection. It's that maybe the fear of failure, that once you put it out in the world, you're going to have to actually step up and do it, right? And that is actually a bonus, a benefit of being courageous, is that accountability. And, you know, understanding too, when we're talking about our dreams, when we're talking about things that are really important to us, and things that we want to accomplish in our lives or that we'd love to accomplish in our lives, understanding that once we share them, chances are they will be met with some judgment and some criticism. And that's okay, because it's your dream, right? Your mom doesn't have to understand it. Your partner doesn't have to support it, right? But when you share it, that's the first step in getting yourself to take more bold action. And courage is a muscle, right? The more you flex it, the more you work it, the stronger it builds, right? Whether you call it confidence, whether you call it, you know, whatever it is, at the base of it, it is courage to take bold action consistently. And that's, you know, influential people that we look up to, people that we're inspired by, they're extremely courageous. And, you know, they live outside their comfort zone. If you ask somebody who, you know, is a high performer or somebody you believe to be inspirational or influential, they'll probably tell you, I'm uncomfortable most days, right? Because they're pushing themselves to take bold action. And they have the same fear that all of us do. They've just been doing it for longer and they're reaping the benefits of that, right? And, you know, sometimes it's challenging to show up for ourselves. And Maureen, you kind of touched on this a few minutes ago, is, you know, if it's hard right now for you to show up for yourself, who in your life needs you to be on your A game? That is a question you should ask yourself every single morning, right? Who needs me to show up today, right? And because we're more likely to go to bat for somebody else than we are for ourselves, or stand up for somebody else than we are for ourselves, right? If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You could be the quietest, shyest, most timid person, but someone messes with your kid, right? That mama bear, that papa bear comes out without a second thought, right? We have it in us. It's just we need something to help draw it out, right? So who needs you to step up? Who needs you to share your dream? For us, you know, all of the times we thought, oh my gosh, should we do this live? Shouldn't we do this live? We had that conversation how many times, Maureen? We said, somebody out there needs to hear this right now. Somebody out there is paralyzed with fear on their couch, Netflixing their life away because they just don't want to face the situation. And they need somebody to say, hey, come, let's have a conversation. Let's get through this together. And that's what helped us push any fear that we had aside. And hey, it's still there, right? It's still there, but we're still showing up anyways. So share your truth. Start with the people closest to you, the people that you know are going to be supportive of whatever it is in terms of just listening to it, but understand they may not understand it, and that's okay. So long as you understand it, that's the main point.
Yeah, no, and I love that. And, you know, and recognizing that we all have big dreams and sometimes we just don't do it. And sometimes we just don't do it is because we don't want to go through the struggle. And so what high performers do, what the highly influential people do is they really honor that struggle. They know they need to go through the steps, the actions. They know that avoiding it is going to have them sit right here in their comfort zone, right here. Do you want to sit right here, or do you want to be up here and making that life change, creating that life that you want now, not tomorrow, not next week, not be talking about it, but taking action and doing it now and getting through that struggle. You know, you see people like, how do they have all this drive? Because they know that this struggle that they have to go through is good. They see the bigger picture, that future self of that they're achieving. And that's what it gives them, that energy, that motivation. They're very clear on what it is that they want to do. And they bring that, they build that muscle. It's like building that strength and that muscle so that once you start going, that momentum builds and you just keep going. You just keep having. And what you'll find is like people around you will start shifting. They'll start seeing you as an influential leader. They will recognize that this person is not just sitting back and letting life happen to them. They're really taking life by the reins and saying, let's go. This is how we're going to do it. And that's what we're telling you. So if you want to be a high performer, and I know you do because you're here, then what is it that you're going to do? You now know, you're clear, you defined with your purpose, you said your 3 words, you know what you want to do for your energy and how to get your energy there. Now, what is it that you're going to do to really take you to that next level? Who is it that you need to talk to? Who is it that you need to be? What is it that you want to create? And start taking those action steps and really honor that struggle. Really honor it, because you're going to look back and say, whew, that wasn't so bad after all. That was not so bad after all. And I would do it 100 times over. Maybe I would have done a little bit of things differently, right? Hindsight is 2020, you know what I mean? You see, you're up there and you're like, oh, I could have done this, but you got through it. You got through the steps and you plowed through it. And now you're in that growth. Not only you're past that growth zone, you're in that action zone. That's where you want to be.
That's awesome. I absolutely love it. Honor the struggle, right? We're not saying it's easy. A lot of this stuff is tough. Creating new habits or breaking old habits, extremely difficult, but possible, right? And I love that. Honor the struggle. I think I say that to myself often. I'm potty training my 2-year-old at the moment. And I'm like, Alexa, honor the struggle. Honor the struggle, because you know what lies on the other side of struggle? Excellence, greatness, success. Right? So when you honor that struggle, you don't bemoan it, you don't complain about it. You just say, yeah, this is tough, but I'm going to get through it and I'm going to be a better person for it. Right? Or I'm going to get through it and I'm going to help somebody else that desperately needs it. So I want to leave you with one thing, and it's called the 1 action rule. And this is about, you know, sometimes we see things that these big dreams, these big ideas that we have, these big, you know, those, what are they called? The big, hairy, ugly goals. They seem so huge and we don't take action because we don't even know where to start. So the 1 action rule comes in when you identify that one kind of scary but necessary thing that you want to get done, move towards, or grow into. So I don't know what it is for you. It could be, learning to swim. Maybe you have that business idea that you want to start, but you've been sitting on it for years. Maybe it's sharing that idea with your boss in the next meeting. I don't know what it is for you, but that one sort of scary thing, but you need to do it because you've been thinking about it. Identify it and then take 1 action every single day. 1 action every day that moves you towards that goal or allows you to develop something to achieve that goal. And, there's that saying, how do you eat an elephant, right? 1 bite at a time. So instead of freaking out that this goal seems so huge, you're going to chunk it down into a bite-sized piece. And when you take one bold action every single day, in a week, you've taken 5 steps towards your goal. Before you know it, you are approaching that finish line. And it's not so scary. So we're going to leave you with that, but not before I tell you the homework. And I think this is the most important homework of the week. It's hairy, it's ugly, but I'm going to ask you to do it because I think it's so important. I'm going to ask you in the comment thread below the homework for day 3 is to share with this community what that dream that's sown into your heart, what that is. And I know some of you just gulped or you know, your stomach did a flip-flop, but listen, everybody's here for the same thing, right? We've all come together for this, you know, 15 or 20 minutes every day this week because we're looking for guidance, we're looking for support, and this is a supportive community. Nobody is going to judge you. I cannot wait to see all your comments and to see your homework so that I can comment and encourage you. And now I'm talking about those big goals, not I hope to, you know, walk 3 times this week. That's what your commitment was. What's that big goal? That I want to own a farm one day. I want to go to med school. I want to start my own business. Tell us what it is. Like, even if you can't see how you're going to do it beyond your current circumstances, that's fine. Even if you say to yourself, this is never going to happen, or it's not going to happen for me, I don't care. I want to hear it, okay? I want to hear exactly what that big dream is. And if you have a dream in your mind and you start typing, I'm going to ask you to pause and go one step bigger. We want to hear it the biggest, okay? So that is your homework. You do that homework, I'm telling you, it'll be liberating. You're putting your dream out into the universe, and you're actually speaking. And once we speak it, once we get it out from here, and it goes out here, and we're saying it to somebody, it becomes a little bit more real. Okay. So I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to challenge you, and I'm just going to beg you to do today's homework, even if you've not done any of the other days. Okay. Homework number 3. I cannot wait to read them.
Yes. All right. So today we talked about share your truth, honor the struggle, and that 1 action rule. And Alexis went through the powerful homework that we have for you. And I'm really excited to get that pie in the sky dream out there. We want to hear it. You got to share it with someone, share it big, like what it is, and then just watch. Things will just start transforming for you. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys same time, same place tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Good night or good day. Bye.